We will now see about what do you mean by a generic class. I'll delete off all this. Okay. What do you mean by a generic class? Now, a class which can take care of generic objects, a class which can take care of generic objects, you call it a generic class. So just as earlier I told you, generic class, you can be taking care of different data types like T1, T2, T3 and so on. Okay? You call it a generic class. Now, we'll do a program so that you're able to understand. Okay, I'll have my main. Let me have a display. Now I'll have a generic class and I'll have a display function here. Public void disp. Having nothing. I'm just planning to display the variables which I pass. Okay, and the variables which I pass, let's say I'll create an object. I'll create the object later. I am passing to. I'm planning to pass in, let's say, two different data types. One is string and one is a number. The same way, I will even pass in, let's say, 1.11, comma 12.3. These are different set of data types. Like first it is string and an integer, and here I am planning to pass a double and an integer. I'm passing a double and an integer over here, the same object, the same function, and now here I am going to write in my generic function, generic method. Look here. Now, when I create the object, I am passing in parameters of different things. Okay, step 2 over here because I've written over there too. Now, the first string will be taken care by T1. Integer will be taken care by T2. This particular line, double will be taken care by T1 and int will be taken care by T2. I'm not bothered what is the order, what is the data type. I'm not bothered with anything. My generics will take care of this. So now I'll just simply write an SOP system.out.println. Now I'll write, let's say, I'll display the type. Okay, type of plus. I'm passing two variables. One is of type T1. Okay, variable 1, and the other is of type T2. Let's say variable 2. I'll write over here variable 1 is, okay. Now I'm planning to write the type. Now type of a variable, you can simply write variable name plus get class. It is a method which gives you which category, like java.lang.integer, java.lang.string, java.lang.double, whatever is the data type, you will get it. So I'm displaying my variables together with the type. C, Control V. Type of variable 2 is variable 2.getClass. Okay. So here it will be, first one will be string integer. Next it should be double and then an integer. Okay. So till this is fine. I've created a generic class which can take in two data types. Now let me create an object of my class. Now creating objects of a generic class, it is very, very important how you do it. Okay. Now, I do have a class called gen class. I do have an object called gen class. Okay. Now I am creating an object where the first one is string and the second one is integer. First one is string and second one is integer. So I will write string, comma, integer. Okay, inside the Angular, I will write gen class, the same format you follow over here, you have it down over here. Gen class, string, integer, and I'm creating an object. Object is equal to new gen class, the same thing, string, comma, integer, string, comma, integer. Okay, so that takes care of my object. So I'll just go very specific. I'll go object 1. So this is object 1 dot display. Okay. I'll create even another object. My next object is what? It takes care of a double. So we'll write over here double, comma, integer, double, comma, integer. Object 2 is equal to new gen class, double, comma, integer. I save my program in something called gen class. I save as gen class Java.
Yes, ma'am.
I compile the program. So I had in my first thing, I had a string and an integer. And in the second, I did have a double and an integer. Hope the output is clear. Can I take back my program, Adil?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, the same way you did, you can pass in any number of, any kind of data type, any number of data types. You know, here what I did is I did a generic class with multiple data types. Okay, because T1 and T2 were different. It can be same. The same way you can have T1, T2, T3, which means then you will have differences everywhere. Here you will have even the object creation will be different. The parameters passing will be different. Adil, are you able to get? Okay,
Yes,
you can
ma'am.
have this generic class, so you can have it as an independent class. Now look here, inside my, I had my main and my generic class together. Instead, I can have it like, you know, I can have class, let's say, ABC. You can even have it like this. The only thing is you'll have to save your program name as abc.java. I'll do the same thing. I'll just save. Hope you're able to get the difference. Okay. Now this is an independent class. This is an independent class. And here I've created an object of my independent class. I'll just save my program in a different name, abc.java. Save as abc.java. Let me just check my brackets before I get out. That's good. Java C, ABC. Yeah, the same output would come. Adil, are you able to see the output?
Yes, ma'am.
The same output. So you can even do it like that. Do it whichever you're comfortable. You can either have it as an independent class. Now I had it as an independent generic class, which I was calling inside my main. Earlier I had it as part of my single class, both the main and the generic class together with the generic method.